So I was reading at first glance, it's like, okay, he wants me to have the revelation and knowledge of him. Why? And there's three things. He's like, I'm praying that your eyes of your heart would be opened so that you would know what is the hope of his calling. So I'm going to stop there. Because here's the revelation. Like he says, I'm praying that you'd have wisdom and revelation. And he goes on to explain exactly what that is. That you would understand what is the hope of his calling for you. Okay? What does that hope look like? The calling. I mean, the calling is for everyone. But there's something in the calling that's supposed to give us hope. Add hope to our lives so that we wake up in the morning and we're having a bad day at work. We realize life is not just about work. Okay? It's not just about work. And life is not just about kids. Although that can be a very proud moment for some of us, right? Or grandkids, although that's a very proud moment for some of us. Or a degree, or a new job. And sometimes I think we find hope in those things because once we have those things, it's like our mind is settled a little bit better, especially when it comes to jobs. A guy the other day I was talking with, and he was so upset because he didn't have a job. And his whole life was revolving and fixed on not having a job and not being able to take care of things. And totally destroyed his whole sense of who he was, where he was going, and what he was about based upon work. Now, work's important, and we want to provide. But it doesn't give us hope. And so if you don't understand that, he's like praying, he's like, I'm praying that you would understand that you have hope that he's called you into his family. That you get that. And that's going to be different for each one of us. I think it's going to be different for each one of us. Because we all think at different levels. But there's some hope there. Okay? Hope in a second coming. Hope in forgiveness for your sins. Hope that you're standing okay with God. Hope that you're forgiven. Okay? So I think sometimes try to find hope in lots of different places. And hope is not a wish. Okay? Sometimes we hope something's going to happen, and really it's a wish. Hope is pretty much determined. Faith is really hoping, believing something that you cannot see. Right? That's hope. You actually believe it. And he's like, I'm praying your eyes will be open that you'd actually believe that you've been called. And there's a whole bunch of books. If you read through the book of Colossians, you keep going through Ephesians, because I know you study outside of this place. When you do that, you're going to see that it's all about this calling that you have. Right? And your calling is the same as my calling. We have different roles in that, but we all have the exact same calling, and that's to be part of the family. That's a good thing.
Amen.
Okay? To be adopted in. All right? You can put the verse back up there. So the hope. He's like, so I want you to understand this. I'm praying for you to have a revelation in that hope. If you don't have it, please pray. Like, God, show me. Give me some hope. Give me some assurity. Okay? Because without having assurity and without having hope, what do you have?
Nothing.
Well, I mean, you probably have some things. But do you really have hope?
You're of all men most miserable.
Okay. Right. So you'll know the hope of his calling, and what are the riches of the glory of his inheritance in the saints. Okay? Now that's a long sentence to say that you would understand how precious you are. That you would understand how important that you are to him. And that the eyes of your heart, and I think that has to do with your emotions, would actually connect with the knowledge that you're so amazing to him. You're like gold would be to you. Okay? Or the things that we look forward to, he looks forward to. But it's us. That's how amazing you are. Like, you're his precious. You're the one he's after. And I've said it before, the apple of his eye. Your eyes will be opened again and again and again. Okay? understand not only